more traction, go up here and just absolutely send it.
Morning! Series 300. You've all seen it, Simpson Desert Trip. All of the LandCruisers that I've had in the past have all been pretty extensively modified. Now, I promise Sarah that we're going to turn this into a full, tourer, mud terrains, stupid, all the rest of it. So I'm heading down to our local Fulcrum dealer on the Gold Coast. We're going to put some suspension. I'm going to run you through what we're going to be doing with really the first modification to Sarah's 300, and then throughout the next whatever period that she has this car, I'll keep you guys updated. So this thing here is not like one of our typical Patriot builds, and I think that's why we're here and we're dealing with you guys. This is Sarah's daily driver. 95% of what this thing does is going to be on road, yeah? Yeah. So what I noticed out when we're out in the Simpson, obviously we need a little bit more ground clearance, number one, for doing those sorts of trips. Yeah. And we want to try and soften the ride up a little bit as well. I've noticed it sits really front down and it's a little bit harsh in the front.
Yeah. So today we've had the Patriot Games 300 Series GR Sport in, and we've been fitting it with the 300 Series lift kit that we have. We're going to put 2-inch springs, so they're 50mm springs from King Springs. They're going to level the car out, so you're going to have a nice sort of level ride. It'll be slightly positive rate, which is what you want, just to keep the handling correct, the braking correct. Then we're also going to be doing rear trailing arms, rear panards to correct the geometry after that lift, and also upper control arms on the front to correct the alignment.
We want to keep this thing classy, we want to keep it as factory as possible, and just really improve the ride and give her a little bit more ground clearance. So we're not going crazy on this thing. This is a daily driver and that's the way that we want to keep it. So let's get into the shop and run me through the gear.
Sounds good.
I think if you've been watching Patriot Games and you've been watching it closely, and you've been watching the ST5 launch and you've been watching it closely, I think you're going to see a lot of components here that have a lot of similarity, and that's the reason that we're down here at Fulcrum. We've partnered really hard with Fulcrum throughout the whole development process of the ST5, and that's where we built the relationship with these guys, because what we're doing with Fulcrum is something that no other trailer manufacturer has ever done before. We're leveraging the 200 odd stores right across the country and using standard Super Pro and Fulcrum components for all the consumables in the ST5. And if you've been into cars, like I have my whole life, Super Pro bush kits have been a staple for me, from my JDM builds, my muscle car builds, everything that I've done right throughout the years, they've got a replacement bush for it, And there always has been. So another amazing Australian partner. So sorry to kind of hijack the 300 series suspension, but that's where this whole relationship has been born from, and I'm so excited to be partnering with these guys. So run us through the components.
Yeah, definitely. So to start with, like Justin was just talking about, we've got the Super Pro upper control arms. You're definitely going to want these whenever you sort of lift your vehicles, especially IFS ones. Well, the IFS ones use the upper control arms. Reasons for this is you need to correct your alignment. The geometry is going to be all out of whack when you raise it, even at 2 inches. It's a very common miscommunication online, is that you don't need to do up control arms when you raise your vehicle. We highly recommend you do it. So the lift kit that's been fitted into this vehicle is your standard sort of lift kit that's going to give you the standard 2 inches of lift. Most customers that are going to get this want to get like a better look of the car, make it sit a little bit taller. Generally they can upgrade the springs as well if they're going to be adding a little bit of accessories like bull bars, some weight in the back, or towing a van or something like that. So you've got your upper and lower trailing arms here. That's to help fix your rear axle's geometry as well as your rear panhard rod as well. When you lift your vehicle, all these rods are usually static and aren't adjustable. So that means they're going to be pulling the diff in all sorts of different ways.
So when you see someone who's done, and it's probably, I see it with my boys' mates all the time. They go and put big lifts in whatever cars they're doing and you see the diff. goes that way, offsets that way, the geometry changes. So they correct the length. So as the suspension comes up and the diff moves over, they pull it back into the centre.
Yep.
So all this gear is necessary. You can't just slap a set of springs in a truck to lift it. You make that mistake once, I think, and you don't do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yep.
like people do it and they might survive for a bit, but you're going to start to run into a whole bunch of issues.
Start scrubbing out tyres, the car starts handling like crap, you get into bump steer issues, and all of those sorts of things start happening.
And then we've also got the King Springs. Now, King's is a lovely Australian-made brand. Honestly, we trust them. We've been using them for basically nearly the full length of Fulcrum.
Yep.
And it's because they have lifetime warranty against sag. We know that they're a good brand. They're very well made. Great quality metal because it's Australian made.
Yep.
And so we just always use King Springs for all of our lift kits.
20 years ago, we were lowering Commodores and Falcons every day, and that was your bread and butter. And now it's just moved probably to 90% of our market is lift kits and people modifying their cars.
We're really excited to see what Justin's reaction is because we know the car's sitting a lot more level. It's going to be sitting a lot nicer as well, and it's overall looking a lot more tough and sort of giving the vibe that Patriot comes to know and expect from their cars and their vehicles.
How we doing, guys?
Yeah, good. It looks like it's all done.
All done?
Yep.
Looks good, eh?
Yeah, it's sitting much better. You can see the stance is a lot nicer as well.
The two #1 modifications to a four-wheel drive out of the gate: tyres, suspension. You're going to get more bang for your buck, more value than any other modification that you can make to a four-wheel drive. From there, then you can fit any other accessories. This thing is just sitting, it's sitting perfect. Wheel alignment's done.
Wheel alignment's done.
Took it for a lap around the block.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
How's it feel?
Apparently pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I'll confirm that in just a second. Fulcrum 2-inch lift, retaining the factory GR shocks. Pretty cool bit of kit. Now to see how it rides, let's take the thing for a drive. Oh, straight away. That's honestly straight away. I'm not going to be able to give you the full extent of the ride, obviously, until we go off-road and we hit some corrugations and that sort of stuff. But really quick, let's see if we can find something that's got a little bit of roughness in it. There's a couple of little bumps in the road coming up around here. Yeah, that harshness 100% has gone out of the front. Yeah, that's awesome. Look, we'll give you guys some feedback on the upcoming trips that we got planned for the 300 series. But yeah, this will be a very slow build, and Sarah will kind of make her mind up as she goes as to what she wants on the 300 and how far we're going to take it. So, like I said, Fulcrum, 200 stores across the country, 200 of them. Oh, that felt awesome. Get into a Fulcrum store, check out their kits. They're not the wildest things, but I think for this sort of style of car, you know, a higher end vehicle where you don't want to go something crazy and you want to retain a lot of that factory technology that the factories put so much investment into, this is definitely the way to go. Check it out.